all of them emanating that vibrant otherness wares seemed to. "Why are you bogarting the catsup?" Deegan demanded. "Just to annoy you, apparently." Megan shoved the bottle at her sister with a smirk. She looked back over to her mother, pasting sincere-looking concern on her face. "You know, you might be more comfortable in the other car with Dave. You can feel the road more in our car, I think. You and Grandma both." Dave kicked her, but it was every werewolf for herself. Nina laughed from down at the other end of the table, but didn't offer her opinion on the matter. Better for her anyway, as Megan was her bodyguard as well as the pack enforcer. One suggestion from Megan to Lex about Nina's safety, and suddenly her sister-in-law would have to go everywhere with 3 bodyguards. "Well, aren't you sweet? But we're fine. We'll be stopping for the night soon enough, and I don't get enough chance to visit with Grace and Tegan now that they're on the other side of the country." Her mother smiled, patting Megan's hand. She'd go in the other car herself, but with Grace and Nina along, that was 2 alphas, including the Supreme Alpha, so as the enforcer, Megan needed to be there. Gah. "Here, Beth, have I shown you the pictures of little Miss I've got my daddy wrapped around my finger? Last month we took her for her first haircut, and I think Cade might have cried." Grace, her sister-in-law and current savior, grinned at her before turning her attention back to Beth. "I know he baked 24 cookies when we got home." The pictures began to circulate from several directions, and Beth eased back, happily engrossed in her grandbabies. For the moment, Megan let herself relax and enjoy the people who vexed and charmed her most in the universe. After another several hours, they finally pulled into a hotel off the freeway, and Megan skipped the late-night pie and ice cream and headed to the room with Tracy and the bags. Nina would be right next door, but no one in their right mind roomed with her but Lex. Nina was not a fun roommate. She was nosy, never shut up, and thought fart jokes were hilarious. "You did a good job with her today, you know. She just wants you to be happy, but I remember how hard it was to be her target." Tracy groaned as she put her feet up on the bed in the hotel room she shared with Megan. "I know she does, Trace, but hello, do you think it's my choice? This whole wolf mate thing is sort of out of my hands. Plus, kind of busy, you know. Being enforcer is a big job. I don't have the time Mom does to think up ways to torture other people. My days are filled with keeping Nina in line and watching over Gabriella so Lex doesn't stroke out when she plays at going up and down stairs. The usual." "I know. It's just I'm so happy. I want it for you. I know it'll come when it's meant to and all that mystical stuff, but I remember waiting. I remember wanting. Well, I think it sucks you and Jack aren't mates, or any of my wolves. I'd love to have you at Pacific with me. This having a baby thing is sort of scary. My mother-in-law's nice and all, and with Ben's kids living with us, it's wonderful, and I feel like I'm a mom already, but I want you. I want Mom." Megan moved to lie beside Tracy, and her sister put her head on Megan's shoulder with a soft, contented sound. The contact eased her frustration, and they both relaxed. "Portland isn't that far. I can be down there in 3 hours. All you have to do is ask. You know that, right? I love you." Megan's heart squeezed. For all Tracy's tough talk, it was Megan who was still surrounded by the pack they grew up in, while Tracy was in Portland with her new family. Tracy sniffled. "I know. I'm just a bit weepy. The hormones are insane. I do love how Nick and Gabe just agree to whatever I demand, though. That's some heady power tripping." Her sniffle morphed into a giggle, and they both started laughing. "Oh, man. Cade baking cookies when his daughter needs a haircut? Lex popping a vein when Gabby decides it's super cool to jump from the middle of the stairs down to the bottom floor? Sid is the coolest dad ever and lets the kids take over his studio to make giant art projects, and Layla, the most uptight woman I'd ever known before Sid, is all laid back when her daughter has blue paint stains in her hair for a week. And now you guys. It's so cool. Tegan and Ben are trying. It's me and Dave now, and he's totally abandoning me when Mom starts sniffing around. Believe you me, if Jack was my mate, I'd have nailed him 10 times a day since we first met. Alas, nothing." She shrugged.